Alright, so, this is Dean. I'm playing Diablo 3, which is a game that I played a few years ago when it came out. I played Diablo 2 a lot when I was in high school, and a little bit while I was in college, and I played Diablo 1 quite a bit when I was in... So I am playing... a wizard class, male. I've got this same game on my Xbox, but it's a little more difficult to stream from the Xbox, so I am streaming from here. So there's a lot of nostalgia right now because this is a game that I used to enjoy quite a bit. So in the very beginnings of the game, you are really just learning the controls and leveling up the character.
That fell on this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. Captain Rumford, more dead are coming. Can't open the gates.
So I don't have a lot of options for striking or defeating opponents. I'm a wizard, so my attacks are all ranged attacks at this point. So I can stand back and fire away.
My power grows.
And I've now leveled up.
Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
I typically, when I game like this, I start with the warrior class.
Zakharum has fallen to disgrace. What faith can save us now?
But I have come to appreciate the sorcerer class or wizard class over the past few years. And typically with a game like this, I'll have a few different playthroughs with different characters.
Watch out! The wounded are turning!
At this stage of the game, I'm not very powerful, but the enemies are pretty weak as well.
I will make.
I can't tell you how many hours I've spent playing this game. One thing about RPGs like this is that not only do you spend a lot of time attacking the bad guys, but you also spend a lot of time organizing your inventory and selecting your skills and your weaponry. So now, instead of just my primary attack, which is a magic missile, I now also have a ray of frost. So this channels a beam of pure cold, which is actually an attack you can see as I am using it, my mana is depleting. Whereas when I use my other attack, my mana is actually increasing. Let's decrease this down a little bit. It builds back up pretty fast. Anyway.
Need more arcane power.
But then as I use my main attack, it builds up. Whoop. Sorry, we had a lag there.
What can I do to help you fight the
So if I was going through this for the first time, I'd actually read all of this dialogue. The dialogue's quite important, actually, if you care about the story. I've already played this game many times, so the story isn't as useful to me.
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Like I said, there's a lot of nostalgia when playing this game because I played it so much and other in my youth. So this frost attack's a favorite of mine. So as I freeze these opponents, they slow down or stop. And then a big part of this game, Diablo 3, is leveling up your character. And as you're leveling them up, you're getting new weapons and new skills. So you're picking up gold, picking up loot. It's my first time, well, it's not my first time, it's my first time in a while playing this game with keyboard. And I've been playing on the Xbox, but being that it's a little more difficult to stream from the Xbox, I figured I'd at least play a game that I'm familiar with and enjoy. So you can see here, I just picked up a weapon. So now I've got an axe. And I can't wield an axe with my offhand because the apprentice wand that I'm carrying will not allow that. But at least I've got a couple of axes that I can sell or break down into other crafting supplies if I need to. So I can see up here on my map that there's an opening here. So we're going to go into the musty cellar. So there are lots of chests to open, and I just picked up a magic item, so let's take a look and see what that is. So you can see it's a magic item. It's got a blue background, blue writing, so it's a more powerful armor. This is an armor of level 3, and it's magic because it regenerates 2 life per second. And currently I have 154 possible hit points or life. So wearing this particular robe actually gains 2 per second. So as long as I'm not being a moron, I shouldn't die at this low level. Let's see if there's anything else in this chest. And of course you click on the dead and there's a potential for finding loot. So not a lot in this in the cellar. So right now you can see my objectives are to kill the Wretched Queen, and I've killed 2 of 3 Wretched Mothers as a bonus. So we've been talking about side quests in this class. It's been a while, but opportunities to gain experience, but additional quests as well. I think this game would be a lot if I actually had a mouse rather than the touchpad on the laptop. So I walk over the gold to get the gold. Oh, there's a cave under the well. Ooh, looks like there's some money. Now, if there's money just laying around, that could either be a trap, or it could be a goblin that is dropping gold as he goes along. So lots of items, lots of gold. And of course there's an economy in this game that uses gold. And you can buy, trade, sell, break down your inventory and buy other things or craft other things with it. It looks like I might be getting ready to level up my character again. So you get a little bit of experience for every action that you take. And all of those tiny little bits of experience add up. So I'm still looking for the wretched queen to kill in the old ruins. I gotta find the old ruins. Nope, there's that level up I thought was coming. And I've got a new skill. So new skill. So I can change my magic missile for a shock pulse. So this is uncontrollable electricity across the ground. So let's see what that looks like. So that's an electricity skill.
I can no longer deny the true nature of the evil that rises from the depths of the cathedral. It is almost too horrible to admit the truth of it. It is the Dark Lord of Terror, Diablo himself, who plagues us.
That should put an end to the attacks, at least for now.
So I've killed 3 wretched mothers. So I did complete part of the quest. So I've reached a checkpoint. And I'm now in the old ruins.
Diablo himself once walked this place.
So I know that there's a oh, there's the Wretched Queen. Wretched Queen wasn't so bad. And I've reached a waypoint. Now in Diablo, waypoints are a way for you to kind of teleport from one area to the next.
Thank you for your help. But could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
For a long time, the Ducat avoided coming back.
Another level up.
This is where Diablo drove old King Leoric mad, and I don't know what.
So I've got a new active skill category. So let's take a look at skills. So now I have the opportunity to add Frost Nova, and of course as I level up I've got more skills. Frost Nova blasts nearby enemies and frees them in place. And there's a cooldown on this for 11 seconds, so after I use it I have to wait 11 seconds to use it again. So let's see what that looks like. So it's a radial attack, attacks whatever's around me.
Come, let us search for your uncle.
We'll need to open the cathedral first. The guards locked it up.
So now I've got an NPC walking around with me, and I can use her at quest to unlock the cathedral.
Here, let me open the gate.
Now, of course, if I was playing this through for the first time, I wouldn't know that.
I was very young. I was raised by Uncle Decker.
What about your father?
I'm told he was a great warrior who was lost when Tristan fell to the demon.
So I don't really care for this electricity attack. So as soon as I clear out these baddies, I am going to switch my skills so that I've got my magic missile instead. Much better. And you can see on the map that this beacon here is telling me which direction I should go for the quest.
Look! A hidden cellar. Follow me.
I think there was more to your mother than you know.
People said she was a witch, but I never believed it. Captain Dalton!
my non-playable character has a bow and arrow, and she's not really affecting the game as far as killing the bad guys. She'll take a little bit of damage from them, but it's nothing that that is going to be hugely.
Here's the key, and my mother's journal.
I'll search the
Thank you.
Aiden came to me last night.
So quest
suspected
complete.
what was
I
lurking
received
within his troubled heart.
1,925
I consoled him as
experience
best I could.
and 900 gold.
Regardless, wherever he's headed, hell will surely
So let's take a look at the
follow in his
inventory.
wake. The
So I've got some new
shadows close
items.
in on Tristram once again.
So as I highlight
But
over
like
this
Aiden,
simple dagger
I'll
of
be
slaughter,
gone before they fall.
I see that the offhand is changes to red in my inventory. So as I highlight over it, it turns to red, showing that I can't use it there. But I can replace my wand if I want. So my wand is a basic item, not magic, 2 to 3 damage. But my magic dagger is more damage. And I can also compare the equipped armor with this extra armor, and it's the same level of armor as far as level 3, but instead of 2 life per second, this is 4 life per second plus 3 life after kill. So we're going to switch that in. Right, I got some boots, so I'm going to wear the boots. I've got pants, armor of 7. I also have a shield, so let's put on the pants. And let's put on the shield, which I can use in my offhand. So I've still got slots for rings, for hands, for wrists, neck, head, and shoulders. So as I keep getting more items, I will equip my player based on what's available.
How did your mother die?
Well, details are
So
hazy.
Adria is her mother. Adria was a
Reference
character
deleted.
from the first Diablo game.